It's almost like to be an old soul, we have to have a prerequisite of saying, yep, I'm going to go through a heap of dark shit. The dark night of the soul, shadow work, deep triggers, karmic situations, dharmic situations. Like you go through a heavy dark period, right? But the thing is, as we come out the other side, often one of the mistakes we make is when we learn about the love and light concept, we often jump into it because it feels so much better than the heaviness and the density that we've gone through or are going through. What a lot of us do wrong is we get stuck in the realm of pretending that the darkness no longer exists. We don't want it to exist. We want to transmute it the whole time, right? So we just want to live in the love and light realm. Here's the challenge with that. The moment that we want to pretend that the darkness doesn't exist in our life and only love and light does, not only is it wrong and completely out of balance, which is the grey Jedi shit that I talk with you guys about being, but it is a complete paradox, because for you to live in love and light and not acknowledge that darkness exists is darkness itself. Think about that. For you to only consider that love and light exists and the darkness to our world that creates the opportunity for balance and choice point, for you to think that only this exists and that does not, is a dark frequency within itself. Because anything dark, if you're going to use that as an example, is the opposite of what feels natural and aligned. I'm not telling you to love the dark, but I'm suggesting that we respect it and we acknowledge it because they're one of the same thing. Now, even though we got stuck in this realm for so long, and that was part of us here, like part of what we do here, because we have to learn the darkness. How can we transmute things? How can we feel what the greater human population feels? How can we transmute that collectively if we're not going through it? And I know it's heavy and it's hard and it's shit and it hurts. But when you get over to this little love, light, comfortable stuff, it's a paradox. Staying in a love and light out of balance is no different to being out of balance in the darkness. The love and light and the dark only exist so we can find the center point here, the grey Jedi shit. Okay? Because I'll tell you something. If you live in love and light, you need to understand there's bandwidths of frequency. Now, if there's an absolute endpoint of love and light and an absolute, endpoint of evil and darkness, there are still different levels of love and light, middle points and darkness within the darkness and within the love and light. You're never sitting in one correct spot. You're always idling. So if you're idling between the darkness, the love and light, and the grey Jedi within the love and light bandwidth, you are out of balance. And the same thing if I was to give you that example for the dark side. The key is here. For you not to realise that love and light, too much of that does create darkness, because too much of anything is no longer a good thing. You're actually in no different or better place to what you were when you were hurting over here. Let this sit with you. Don't become part of the paradox that's actually non-serving to you and to others. Don't let that happen, because it happened to me for far too long. And I had to really go through the heaviness to make sense of this shit. We do not want to continue to be a fucking yo-yo or pendulum, should I say, that swings between the dark and the light and the dark and the light. We go, oh, I like it here, I'll stay here. And then go, fuck it, I want to get down and dirty for a bit, and you move over here. We live in a polarizing realm. But for us to just be pulled left and right, no. The left exists, the right exists, the dark exists, the light exists. It only exists so that we can live here. Center. Grey Jedi shit. It's not black Jedi. It's not white Jedi. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, at least as a starting point for this reference, go watch Star Wars. You'll see what a Jedi is. I can talk about that in another video, right? But grey Jedi stuff. Don't get stuck. Don't be the paradox. Because when you look at people that are spiritual or claiming to be older souls or claiming to understand things and having a sage-like wisdom, all of those people that get stuck in love and light land have either forgotten who they are, they're completely deceived, they're controlled opposition, or they are scared to face the truth of who they are. And that is corruption. And the very thing they say they do not want to acknowledge is what they become. Can't acknowledge the darkness. It doesn't exist. Them saying that is fucking dark. The very frequency they're saying doesn't exist is what they embody the moment they speak like that. Our job isn't to become one with either. Our job is to acknowledge both and pick it whereabouts on the spectrum we need to be in at which time. Because everything's flowing. It's one of the laws of the universe. Everything's always in a constant state of motion and change. So you can never just sit in the one spot, but you can idle. Idle here. Not here, not here. Here. Because you'll know when it's time to move towards the love and light for a little bit, but you want to do that as a choice, not through necessity. Same thing here. It's a very rare thing you want to get dark and dirty, but sometimes that might look like tough love, where someone's upset and crying and sad, but instead of giving them a hug, you got to hit them with the truth. That feels a bit darker. I'm never talking about the evil, dark corruptions of the world. That's not us. But tough love, or things of that nature that feel a little darker than the soft hug and giving them your ears to listen to, or to speak to, should I say. That's a softer approach. This is a darker one. So you can see what I'm saying with these examples, and I'll give you a million more. It's a game of frequency. Life is just a game of frequency. And as an old soul, you're going to know how to play between the two realms if what I'm saying lands for you. If it doesn't, it's okay. Give it some time. Sit with it, because it's a paradox, as is everything in life. Paradox and frequency. Okay? Work with that, because as an old soul, it's what you're here to do. Great Jedi stuff. Old soul.